Hello everyone, Teeny here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm so glad you're joining me while I have a fun card project to share with you in 5 easy steps. Today we're using a little bit of pattern paper, we're using a die set, and this one is called Speech Bubbles. It's from Spellbinders, and then we're using a stamp set called Speech Bubble Sentiments. So we'll be using these 3 on our card today. As always, we start with step number 1, which is our focal point. And today my focal point is going to be speech bubbles. And I picked out colors that kind of coordinated with this pattern paper because we're going to be using this on our card today. I thought all the speech bubbles would go perfect. So we have an orange, and I thought we would create a background. I love the stitch detail of these dies. And these speech bubbles, I love that there's a inside piece and then there is an outside piece. So you basically get 2 speech bubbles, one slightly smaller with each one. So you get a lot of speech bubbles in here. There's 7 in total, so there's 14 dies. But I'm going to die cut out this one with the peach color. This smaller one we're going to cut out with a light pink. We have a teal, and I think we'll do this one with the teal. We have a yellow, kind of a mustardy yellow. We'll die cut that out with maybe this one. And then we have a green, and we'll cut that out with this one. And then all the inside pieces of the dies that we picked, I'm going to cut out with white cardstock. Now we're going to do a little stamping on the white pieces that we cut out using these 3 different stamps. Okay, so let's take this out. And I'm going to grab an acrylic block. And first we're going to take like this paper, index paper piece. I'm going to put this on acrylic block. Now my work surface is really hard. If you have a craft mat, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to actually bring in one of my my embossing mats, and I'm going to use this to stamp on. To me, it's just going to give me a better impression. I find when I stamp on this hard surface, the impression's not as great. So let's start with this little one here. I think since the little one here is pink, I'm going to take my pink ink, and then we're going to stamp this directly over the top. Since this looks like grid paper, there is a line here. I want to capture some of this on this thought bubble. So we'll stamp this right over the top. Give it a good press. And so we have some lines on this one. I thought these 2 coordinated really well. So this is Pinkbrush Studio Sunkissed ink, and we're going to stamp some polka dots on here. Press that down. I like to give it a minute to soak in that paper. Isn't that so fun? So now we have polka dots here. So let's stamp some green polka dots, and I'm using Grassy Knoll ink. I'm going to go over here, and we'll stamp some polka dots on. Maybe we'll ink this up a little better. Okay, let's stamp some polka dots on this square one. This one is yellow, so I'm going to bring in my yellow ink. This is Pinkbrush Studio's Marigold. And we'll stamp this. Lovely. I'm going to wipe off my stamp, and then we're going to stamp the same grid lines on our last one also. So this is our last color. So let's stamp Pink Fresh Studio Waterfall on here. This one I got the grid lines straight up and down. Maybe we'll put this one a little bit of an angle to get a different look. So we'll tilt this so the squares are not grid, they're more diamond. And I think that looks fabulous. Now we're going to do layering. We're only going to layer 2. I'm going to use my tape runner. We're going to layer this one here. We'll just add some adhesive and tack this down. We'll also layer this one. So basically these two are going to be the front and the end of my cluster. I'm going to go ahead and position the rest of these where I want them to go. Today we're making a landscape style card. Let me bring in my card base and kind of use that as a reference. And I think that's the perfect size for my card today, okay? So this is my focal point. And eventually we're going to add these, but these we're going to stamp our greeting on. We're going to flip this over. I'm going to put some foam tape behind here. This is just going to help secure all of those together. That will help secure all of them together. And then we're going to put this to the side and we're going to work on our step number 2, which is our home panel. Home panel is going to be very basic today. I'm bringing in a piece of pink cardstock and we're going to bring in a rectangle die set. This is from Spellbinders. It's the Precision Layering A2 set. And I'm just going to create a panel. I'll get this out and then I'll measure it for you to tell you the size, because this creates the perfect rectangle, of course, but you could use your paper trimmer. Maybe we can get away with it. Oh, save some cardstock. Okay, I'm going to trim this out and I will run this through my die cut machine and I will be right back. It measures 4 inches wide by 2 3/4 inches tall. So if you use your paper trimmer, that's an option also. Now I'm bringing in a white gel pen and I'm going to add some faux stitching all along my home panel. This is optional. Another option would be to use a stitched rectangle die to do this. But I like the white. The stitching just kind of makes those edges pop. I'm going to remove the release paper off of my focal point and we're just going to layer these right in the middle here. So now we have our home panel and we have our focal point all ready to go. Now all we need to do is fill in these with step number 3, which is our sentiment. And I thought it'd be fun to stamp hello and you're amazing. We'll stamp hello first. I'm going to stamp it right in the middle here of this blue background. Okay, I'm going to clean this off. Nocturne ink is a pigment ink, and so I find that the Simon Says Stamp Ultra Clean Spray works fabulous for cleaning off pigment ink. I'm just loving it. It doesn't smell very good, but it works like a dream. We're going to add this back. Oh, yeah. And then next we're going to stamp the ampersand, or the and we'll stamp this on the little one. Wonderful. We'll clean this off, and then for my now we're going to stamp our last one. Says you're amazing. And if nobody's told you today, I think you all are amazing. Let's go ahead and stamp this. Stamp this towards the middle. And I love how playful the your is. Yours is kind of slanted a little bit. And I'll clean this off. And we will just put this back. And those will be our greeting. Let's go ahead and take these. And I'm going to add some adhesive directly over the colored thought bubble, and then we could just place these right over the top. So now we have our focal point, our home panel, and our greeting. How playful and fun is this? Now we're going to move along to step number 4, which will be our background. For my background, I'm bringing in some pattern paper. This is from the Spellbinders Just Sayin collection. Actually, everything that I'm using today is from the Spellbinders Just Sayin collection. It was designed by Kelly Bangs, and she has an entire collection that's super fun. In fact, I picked up the entire collection. Let me show you. These are 6x6 pattern papers, but there is a 12x12 pack because I think it's versatile as far as scrapbooking and card making. So there's an embossing folder that's really pretty as part of the collection. There's another die set that has some flowers in it and a lot of punctuation, which is pretty fabulous. And then there's this die. This is called the Pieced Heart, and all of these pieces cut out. So much fun. And then there's also some, these are called writables. They're die cuts, but there's a whole pack of them, and everything coordinates. So much fun. We're just going to use this piece of pattern paper from this 6x6 pack. I do want to mention that there's only one sheet of each design in this pack. So there's 24 designs, lots of prints that are bright and vibrant, super fun, but there's only one of each design. Okay, I do want to mention that. What I'm going to do is take this, and then I'll take my paper trimmer, and we're going to trim this down so it's just slightly smaller than my card base. So we're going 5 1/4 by, so we're going to basically go 5 1/4 by 4, maybe just a little over 4. And then I'll take that, and then this will be my background. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to adhere it to the front of my card base. Make sure it's right side up, and we'll just tack this down. And my background's done. All we have to do is take our focal point, and we're going to add this right in the middle. It's so cute. And then all we have left to do is do step number 5, which is embellish. We're going to go simple today, and I love to embellish with my Spellbinders Color Essential Gems. This is the Crystal Mix, and Crystal Mix has like some cloudy color and then some iridescent on the bottom, or whichever way it's packaged. I'm going to use the cloudy color for my card today, and we're going to add just a little bit of playfulness, just a few little gems for a little added shine, and that finishes off my card today. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.